Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to set your foundation after you've already primed and prepped your skin. Today we're going to start with selecting a foundation that is appropriate for your skin and blends well with your moisturizer and primer. Today I'm going to apply the Laura Mercier foundation with a foundation brush by Mint Pear. I will start in the center of my face and blend the foundation outwards. And I will be sure to make sure that I cover my ears and my neck and up into my hairline to make sure I don't have any color differences. I personally do not tan my face, so my foundations are always a little bit darker than my skin tone, but they do match the rest of my body where I use self-tanner. I really love the way this full coverage foundation looks from Laura Mercier. I'm very happy with it. Also, this brush is very gentle on my skin, so I can go under my eyes very easily without having any irritation. And I love the fact that I don't get product all over my hands. I can easily move on to the next step without having makeup all over my hands, which is nice when I'm trying to save time. The next step is going to be applying any type of concealer. So if you have any blemishes you're trying to cover under eye, that's an area that I will always cover. So this is a new product for me today. I'm actually using the IT Bye Bye Under Eye, which has brightening effect. So we'll see how this looks. I'm going in the shade Light. I'm using a tiny little bit, and I will start by applying this with my finger. And I have heard that this will help to warm up the product in between your finger and your skin to help it blend a little bit better. So let's see how this goes. I cannot believe I'm getting this much product from just that tiny little bit. Oh my goodness. This color is actually really light too, so we'll see if I can blend this out a little bit. I personally don't like a really big contrast between my under eye concealer and my foundation, but it looks like we're gonna have to work with this today since it's already on. Once I get it spread, I'm going to use the Mint Pear Beauty Blending Sponge to really press this into my skin and blend it so I don't have this harsh color difference between my foundation and my under eye concealer. There really isn't another technique that I love more than just using a sponge to blend out my under eye concealer, because this helps to prevent having too much product underneath my eyes, which is why you would get the creasing for your under eye concealer. If you have any problems with that, I highly recommend using a beauty blending sponge, and I prefer to use this one dry, but you can use this with a little bit of water in the sponge. And I'm just going to clean up with the kabuki brush. And now for the setting powder, I'm using the translucent setting powder by Laura Mercier, and I'm using the Mint Pear Precision Highlighting Brush, which I think is the perfect size to go right underneath the eye area to set my under eye concealer. I also like to set on top of my eye where I have put concealer, which helps to prime my eyelid for eyeshadow application. And I use the larger brush to set the rest of my face with the same setting powder by Laura Mercier. Now, the purpose for setting your foundation and not skipping this step is because if you don't set your foundation, you will allow the makeup to move if you are perspiring, if you have oily skin, if you're out and about. Your movement is going to melt your makeup. So this will help to keep your foundation and your concealer in place all day long. I have many times had my makeup go the entire day, almost 20 hours, where I feel like it looks as though it did when I first applied it, just because I've used a setting powder. So I highly recommend that you use this step. And now we're going to take it one step further, which I don't do this every day, but I wanted to show you how to do it just in case you were curious. This is the process also known as baking, where you will take the beauty blending sponge and apply a ton of setting powder and just cake it on underneath your eyes. And then also, if you want to use the Kardashian approach, that's right underneath your cheekbone where you have that smile line. Now, the purpose for baking is basically going to put enough product over your foundation that literally your makeup is baking between your skin and the setting powder. So it's going to set your makeup by the heat of your own body temperature, and then you would just wipe that off. You can see I just did my eyebrows, so I gave it a few minutes to soak in, but I'm just wiping off the excess. And there you have it. You have successfully set your foundation and your concealer, and you are ready to go for contour and bronzer or blush. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you next time.